So my dear students, welcome to chemistry online classes. So in the previous video, that is types of silicates part 1, we discussed about 4 types of silicates. In this video, we are going to discuss about the remaining types. So in that, first one is ionosilicates. This ionosilicates, it has 2 types. One is chain silicates, another one is double chain silicates. This double chain silicate is called amphiboles. Okay, so first I will explain the structure of chain silicates. So first draw oxygen atoms. These are oxygen atoms. Okay, and it lays in same line. So it is present in one line. And you make oxygen atom in between these two oxygen atom like this. So these are the short tricks for you to understand easily. Now make the link between these oxygen atoms. Okay, so these all are oxygen atoms. So in the middle, write silicon atom. Okay, so now make the bond. See here, this tetrahedral silicates, it is form a plane, it is in a single line. So it is called linear structure of silicate structure. So usually this silicates contains, this chain silicate contains SiO3, SiO3, N times, and that 2 N minus. Okay, so this is the ions formed by linking N number of tetrahedral units. There are, this line will go straight away. Okay, so N number of this SiO3, N times this 2N minus ions, and forms linear structure. So each silicate, this is one silicate, this is another silicate, this is another silicate, this is another silicate. So each silicates, it shares 2 oxygen atoms. See, one oxygen atom is here, another oxygen atom is here. See, this one oxygen atom, this is another oxygen atom. So each silicate SiO4 minus 4 minus, that is tetrahedral unit, that contributes 2 oxygen atom. So it forms a linear structure. So the symbol is minus symbol. Actually these 2 oxygen atom, they don't have charges. So this is a common structure of chain silicates. So now the examples of chain silicates. Example is spodumene. Spodumene. The formula of spodumene is lithium, aluminium, SiO3, 2 minus. So this is the example of chain silicates. Here 2 oxygen atoms, 2 oxygen atoms, 2 oxygen atoms are shared. Okay. Next type is double chain silicates. Double chain silicates. The silicate contains, here this type of silicate contains SiO4 O11 n times 6n minus. So this is the general formula of these silicate ions. Okay. So now I am going to draw the structure. So listen carefully. Usually in the chain silicate, what we did? We draw the oxygen atom in a linear. Just make one line. And here one oxygen atom, here one oxygen atom, here one oxygen atom, and here one oxygen atom. Now make a bond, make a link with all the oxygen atom. Okay. Now in between this triangle, write silicon atom, silicon, silicon, silicon. Okay. Then make a link. Similarly, draw one more linear structure, that is oxygen, 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 oxygen. Make a link. Okay. Now in between this two oxygen atom, draw one oxygen atom. Now make a link. Sorry. Make a link and connect these two. Make a link and join these two oxygen atom. Then make a link. Now this line will go like this. So this is the, and in between write the silicon atom, then here silicon atom. Make a link. So this is the structure of double chain silicates. Hope you understood. So first make oxygen atom in a line, that is in a linear structure. Then write one oxygen atom in between these two oxygen atom. Then alternatively you write another oxygen atom. Then alternate position write oxygen atom. Here also the same way, make one linear line. Then place the oxygen atom. Then in between the first two oxygen atom, write one oxygen atom. Then alternate position, draw another oxygen atom, write another oxygen atom. In between this triangle, in between these three oxygen atom, write silicon atom, make a bond. Okay. So this is the structure, overall structure of double chain silicates. Okay. Example is asbestos. Example is asbestos. Okay. This asbestos, they are fibrous and non-compressible silicates. They are fibrous and non-compressible silicates. Therefore, they are used for thermal applications. Thermal applications. Mainly we are using for roof and brakes, etc., etc. Okay. And construction materials and filters, construction materials, building materials. So these are the thermal application purpose. We are using this asbestos. Also, it is, these applications are restricted. Applications are restricted due to carcinogenic silicates. This carcinogenic means it creates cancer. Okay. So example of this double chain silicates is asbestos. They are fibrous and non-compressible. Mainly it is used for thermal applications, roof, braking, lining, then construction and building applications. It is restricted due to this carcinogenic silicates. Carcinogenic means it creates cancer. Okay, hope you understood. And here you see three oxygen atoms, it make a link. So three oxygen atom shared or shared. See this 1, 2, 3 oxygen atom. Here also 1, 2, 3 oxygen atom shared. Okay. So next one is sheet or pyrosilicates. Sheet or pyrosilicates. Okay. So here the general formula of this sheet or pyrosilicate is Si2O5 then N times 2N minus. So silicates which contains Si2O5 then 2N minus are called sheet or pyrosilicates. Here in each SiO4 4 minus tetrahedron units shares 3 oxygen atoms. They shares 3 oxygen atoms. Okay. So 3 oxygen atoms are shared with other units of SiO4 4 minus, and it form two dimensional sheet structures. Sheets. So I am going to draw the structure of this sheet silicates. So listen carefully. So it's very simple, like chain and double chain silicates. First make oxygen atom in a straight line, make in 3 lines, and make a linear structure, that is this is linear in a straight line. Make a straight line and all the oxygen atoms should be placed on the line. Okay. Now make oxygen atom in alternative position. This one here, then here, then here. Okay. Then here make the oxygen atom here, then alternative position here. Now place here, then here. This is the alternate position. Then here, then here. Okay. Now make the link between all the oxygen atoms. So make the link between all the oxygen atoms. 2. Okay. Hope you understood how to draw the structure. See, this look like a sheet of two-dimensional sheet structures. Okay. Now write the silicon atom in between these 3 oxygen atoms. Silicon atoms, silicon, silicon, silicon atom, silicon, then here, then here, here, then here, then here. Okay. Now make the link between all the silicon atoms. Here also one silicon atom. This is 3 sheet or pyrosilicates. Okay. So hope you understood the structure, how to draw the structure. Usually these sheet silicates form layered structures. This is the layered structure, 2-dimensional layered structure. So it's a layer structure. Okay. So it's resemble like this graphite. Resemble like graphite. So in graphite, all that it is very, the graphite usually it is very soft. Likewise, this sheet silicates also very soft. So they are very weak. They are very weak. Writing here, they are very weak. So it can be easily cleaved into two sheets. So easily cleaved into 2. So examples are talc and mica. Talc, mica. So this mica usually we are using in the tables and some furniture. We are using this mica. So this is the basic structure of sheet or pyrosilicates. So dear students, so here actually one small mistake, small correction. This is not pyrosilicate, this is phyllosilicates, P-H-Y-L-L-O. So phyllosilicates. Okay. So next type is 3-dimensional. Next type of silicate is 3-dimensional silicates. 3-dimensional silicates, or you can say tectosilicates. Tectosilicates. Okay. So silicates in which oxygen atoms of SiO4 4-. So tetrahedra are shared with another tetrahedra to form 3-dimensional network. See here, all the oxygen atoms, they are shared with other tetrahedra units. All the oxygen atoms in one tetrahedra units is shared with another tetrahedra units. So that means 4 oxygen atoms. Okay. So that's all about the 3-dimensional structure. So all the 4 oxygen atoms are make a sharing with another oxygen atoms. Okay. So that's all about the 3-dimensional silicates. So example is quartz. Example is quartz. So here these tectosilicates, so these tectosilicates can be replaced or converted into 3-dimensional aluminosilicates. It can be this tectosilicates can be converted into 3-dimensional aluminosilicates. Silicates by replacing the SiO4 units. The replacement of replacing SiO4 4- units by AlO4 by AlO4 5- units. Okay. So these tectosilicates can be converted into aluminosilicates by replacing this SiO4 4 minus by AlO4 5 minus. So example for this aluminum silicates are feldspar. Examples are feldspar, FeldSpar, then zeolites. So these are the examples for these three-dimensional silicates. Okay, so that's all about the types of silicates. Hope you understood all the types. Okay, so my dear students, now I am going to explain about the ratio between silicon and oxygen atom. So ratio of silicon and oxygen. Okay, so how in types of silicates, how many silicon atoms present and how many oxygen atoms are present. So for that, so make it a two column. Just T, C, R, O, S, P, D. This is silicon and this is oxygen. Okay, so T for, just to keep in mind this tiger, T for tiger, C for cat, R for rat, O for orange tree, S for snake, P for parrot, D for dog. So tiger came to solve the problem between cat and rat under orange tree in the presence of snake, parrot and dog. Okay, tiger, cat, rat, orange tree, snake, parrot, dog. So T means, you can just keep in mind tecto silicates, or it is three-dimensional silicates, three-dimensional silicates. See here one. These all are number of silicon atoms present in the types 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 11. Okay, so these are the ratio. If silicon atom is present 1, then it will be 2 in tecto, that is three-dimensional silicates. C means chain silicates. R means ring silicates, that is ring silicates. Next one is O means orthosilicates. S means sheet silicates, that is S. Then P means pyrosilicates. Then D means double chain silicates. You can check in the each type the number of silicon atom and the number of oxygen atom. So this is the short trick to keep in mind the silicon and oxygen ratio. So next topic is zeolites. So zeolites are three-dimensional solids. They are three-dimensional solids and they contain aluminum, silicon and oxygen. So zeolites are three-dimensional solids and they contain aluminum, silicon, oxygen in their regular three-dimensional framework. Three-dimensional framework. Okay. So they are hydrated sodium alumino, they are sodium alumino silicates with general formula, that is general formula NaO dot Al2O3 X SiO2 dot YH2O. Okay, so here the X is ranging from 2 to 6 and Y ranging from X ranging from 2 to 10, Y ranging from 2 to 6. Okay, so the numbers sometime it may come 2 to 10x and Y sometimes come to 3x like that, 6 7 up to 6. Okay, so three-dimensional solids, they usually contain aluminum, silicon and oxygen. They are three-dimensional, form a three-dimensional framework, and hydrated sodium aluminosilicates, and the general formula of these zeolites are NaO dot Al2O3 dot X SiO2 dot Y H2O. So the X ranging from 2 to 10 and Y ranging from 2 to 6. Also, the zeolite, they have porous structure. Porous structure. Porous means it contains very tiny holes. Structure. In that porous, that in that small tiny hole, they contain monovalent sodium ion, that is Na plus, and water molecules, they are loosely held. Actually, in that porous place, the monovalent of that sodium ion and water molecule, they are loosely held, means they are loosely held. Okay, and that silicon and aluminium atom, they are tetrahedrally coordinated. Tetrahedrally coordinated with each other through oxygen atom. Through oxygen atoms. Okay, and that another point of these zeolites, they are similar to clay minerals, but the only difference is they differ their crystalline structures. Differ in crystalline structures. Okay, so they have porous structure in which sodium ion and water molecules, they loosely held. Silicon aluminum atom, they are tetrahedrally coordinated through oxygen atoms. These zeolites are similar to clay minerals, but only the difference in crystalline structure. Then the zeolites have three-dimensional crystalline structures. Crystalline structures like honeycomb, consisting of network, there is interconnected like tunnels, and cage. So they have three-dimensional crystalline structures like honeycomb, consisting of a network, that is tunnels and cages. So water molecules moves through this channel, that means through the tunnels, through the, or you can say pores, through the pores, tunnels, almost like same, but that structure remains rigid, but it is rigid structure. So water molecules move through the pores, but it is not liquid, but it is rigid. Okay, so another special aspect of the structure, that is pore and channel, and that sizes are same, nearly uniform. Sizes are very uniform. Okay, so because of this uniform pore or channel size, due to this uniformity, it acts as the sieve. So you can say molecular sieve. Sieve means like a filter. You are usually to separate that solids. We are using that filters. Like this is called sieve. Okay. So that's all about your zeolite, and also we have completed this unit 2 P block elements successfully. So in case if you have doubt, usually you can contact me or you can make comments. Okay, so anytime I can help you and I can explain you. Okay, so thank you very much.